Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Jakob Slim, Dutch National Champion and record holder in powerlifting. Today we have my week 1 SBD. First off is, of course, squats. I'll have ascending triples, and you'll see where I'll end off. Alright, so squats are done. Went pretty well. Really happy with that, actually. My 275 last ascending set before the 290 triple went a little weird with my one foot a little too far forward. I felt off balance, but still moved really fast, felt really good. So I felt confident that if I focused a little bit more on my foot positioning, that my 290 triple would go well. Now, I ended up overthinking my foot positioning. I wasn't really trusting that, where that stuff kind of needs to be automatic, especially with big weights. But for the fact that I was feeling a bit tired, feeling a little bit sluggish, trying to amp myself up to just do the session, and then I wasn't trusting certain things, and then to have it go pretty well, I feel pretty fantastic about that. Also don't feel tremendously fatigued. Like, it didn't take a lot out of me. I just did it, done, time to move on. I'm going to be going a lot more conservative on my bench press this block than on my squat and on my deadlift. So yeah, got to build up to 177.5 for triple. Probably going to go 70, 120, 160, 177.5. If everything feels locked in. We'll see how it goes. I'm feeling pretty confident. Bench has felt more frequently a little bit better. I'm hoping with all the work I've been doing that I'm able to execute on a top set really well. I think my body's used to sort of right now, used to going through like the grindstone of training with the bench. So hopefully I can sort of just focus up, amp up, and just get a top set in without needing to kind of slug through to get activated. So we'll see. But as you can tell, I'm a little bit hyper, a lot of caffeine. Time to bench press.
Exclusief bij Karwei, de limited collection bij
Better. Okay, so benching's done. Felt pretty solid. Top set felt pretty good. Still a little bit inconsistent positioning. But like it's going a lot better. Moving these weights like they should. Some sets and consistency's getting better. Weight. Some of these sets felt like nothing in my hands. There was one set I like overthought again and tried to do something silly with my unrack, and then it felt weird. My position was weird and went a little harder, but like the last one, felt easy. And if I do it right, if I execute my technique well, I notice these sets are not fatiguing, where it feels like very soon after I could just do another one. And that's the technique I'm going for. So that's also the most reliable for competition. So it's feeling pretty decent. 177.5 for 3, went pretty well. First rep was a little weird. I think that's just due to the overthinking and going back to the sort of slightly less good technique. A little over, yeah, I don't know. But we're refining things. I think next week I'm going to take, again, a simpler week. I did a pretty brutal last 2 weeks on bench and but that sort of was brutal training, great training, lots of training. But it's not the best training for reliably knowing how strong I am. And so I'm going to make some adjustments again, back to a little bit more of my usual style. But then hopefully things will feel super simple and I can really refine things and find a really reliable and consistent strength and technique and push this bench into my next competition. Okay. I'm now going to go have my lunch, go for a short walk, and start deadlifts. Okay. Peace. Yeah, I'll just explain what deadlifts are going to be. It's probably, I got to do a 312.5 triple. What do I want my last warm-up to be? Maybe my last warm-up will be 282.5 for 1, 312.5 for 3, and then I'm going to do 3 sets of 6 with 260, which should be pretty simple and easy. Thinking of doing all of those mixed grip just to really work on the grip strength, and seeing as there's only deadlift right now twice a week, should be okay with that weight. Like 260 should be light and easy. We'll see. Peace. Okay, that was my top set. I had a hard time getting amped. I feel kind of tired, feel kind of done with training. So to get that top set done. With that in mind, pretty okay with how it went. It wasn't fantastic. It was pretty hard, but I just didn't feel like I was like activating all the way. And it's just a thing I think my brain thinks can always do. So maybe I wasn't taking it seriously enough. Hopefully in the coming weeks I can sort of change that mojo. If that makes any sense. Next week single should be easier than this triple, so I'll take it week by week. Time for back downs. 2 2 to 3 sets of 6 with 260 is what I'm thinking. We'll see how things go. Planning on doing a third set, but then I checked the time and realized it had been half an hour because I was doing other stuff I had to do. So I'm going to just skip the third set. 2 sets is fine. Did a lot today, a lot of training. Going to try to move my body a bit more, but there's stuff I've got to do tonight, going to eat and stuff. So, busy day, lots of training, good training. I mean, I did what I came to do, which was 300 kilo triple on, 290 kilo triple on squats, 177.5 kilo triple on bench, and 312.5 kilo triple on deads. I think a learning thing from today is that I need to not do the big meal after bench into deads. Thought maybe it would give me energy. I normally, when I'm doing an SBD day or at competition, I just snack. I think the meals have got to wait, the true quote-unquote things you can call meals have got to wait until the end of the session, because it also delayed time-wise and everything. I think walk is fine, just like throw down some sugar or something, move a little bit, then get into deadlifts. Because there's a big window of time between, like, my last squat, of course bench is there too, but then my first deadlift, and I think it just zoned me out, which was the goal in trying to get an early start to today. You guys don't know that, or didn't hear me say that, but now I'm done and the lights are still out, which is good. It doesn't always happen. Long session, long day, but I got a lot of day left, which is good, because it means I can be productive today. So yeah. Don't know what to say. I mean, the 780 for 3, I think it's 780, right? 12.5 goes into the bench. That makes it 90. So 780 week 1 triple. I mean, I'm not progressing the deadlifts the same way as I usually would. Otherwise, I wouldn't have started so heavy. I'm going to be trying to see if I can oscillate 3-1, 3-1. If that doesn't work out in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to change the thing. I'm not going to sort of mess myself up. I'm going to sort of try to go into a nice rhythm of the comp. Today was a little bit harder than I would have liked it to on the deads, but I think that's because of the variables I talked about, and I've got a lot on my mind. I think on a different day or whatever, would have gone differently, different moment, whatever. So yeah, just learning, going. I mean, I did it. I think it's decent that I'm not going to try to jam this last set in while I'm kind of cold already, because otherwise it just won't go well, and then it's extra fatigue. I'm better off like doing some mobility stuff, making sure I'm healthy, taking that energy and using it elsewhere. Okay, yeah, that was a long ramble at the end, but decent session, decent day, big day, sorta. I mean, my best ever numbers for triples put me at 810 for triples, I think, with a 300, 190, 320. But of course 320 easier than 320 about as difficult as the 312.5 from today. But the 190 bench not to comp standard on a good bench, and today it was on an old bench. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling stronger than ever. So we'll see how these weeks progress. Today doesn't really tell me a lot. I'm very excited about squat. The fact that I had the confidence to take 290 for 3 on squat as a week 1 of a true week 1 where I'm progressing squat in triples. I'm very curious ascending triples. Yeah, so we'll see how things go. Peace.